Oh, what a lovely weather it is. How's the weather with you? Over here it's really great. Yesterday it was raining cats and dogs, but now it's really beautiful. Many researchers, many interviewers start their interview with sentences like these. They start interviewing with using small talk. And why do they do this? They do this in order to create rapport. And you can start talking about the weather, but if you're in a country where the weather is nice, always use something else. The movies, something else. Why do people create this rapport? What is this rapport? Well, rapport is the relationship between the interviewer and the interviewee. And this relationship is something like a click, something like a relationship of trust. And many researchers see this as the basis, the foundation of an open or qualitative interview. Without rapport, a qualitative interview is impossible. And since you as an interviewer want to receive information or data in any kind of way, whatever vision of interviewing you have, since you are coming to get something, you are the one who has to create this rapport, nurture it, talk about the coffee or about anything. And how did we get to this logic in use in qualitative interviewing? Because why do we focus so much on rapport? Well, we do this because of a phenomenological background by Edith Stein. She wrote about einfühlen. She wrote about empathy. She wrote about how we need empathy in order to understand each other. So she says understanding is impossible without empathy. And there's a difference between empathy and sympathy. Empathy means feeling in, whereas sympathy means feeling with. And in interviews, you try to feel in, or at least you try to show you feel in. Because there's also a difference between feeling empathy, having empathy, and showing empathy. And I think we usually, in interviewing, we show empathy. And the general theory behind this is that showing empathy leads to better interviews, because the interviewee feels appreciated and talks freely because of that. And how do you do this? Well, by using what people describe as a warm interviewing style or person-oriented interviewing behavior. How does it look like? Well, this man tells something really personal, and then the interviewer says this: "Wow, that must have been hard. How did you do it?" "That must have been hard. I understand what you're talking about. I show my empathy." But this empathy and this person orientation, this warmness of the interviewer, only works when you also look at the other type of behavior of interviewing. And that is task-oriented interviewing. Because you're not only there to have a nice conversation, you're also there to have a useful conversation, a conversation with a purpose. So you're not only focusing on rapport, you're also focusing on this task-oriented behavior. And the question is whether good rapport leads to a good interview. Well, obviously not. Not by definition. Many interviewers feel that they did a great interview simply because rapport was great. But the question is whether rapport was really great. Or, as I cite Gordon here, often the neophyte thinks he has conducted an excellent interview because rapport was perfect. And the respondent was completely at ease, talked spontaneously, and commented that she had really enjoyed the interview. But was it really good? Gordon says no. Yet, when the interview is analyzed for the amount and the clarity of the information, of the relevant data, it's found to be incomplete, superficial, and ambiguous. So, rapport in itself is not everything. You need rapport, but you also need techniques. You also need task-oriented behavior. It's not just about being very good in listening and feeling in, it's also about training and practicing and using your techniques. And although many people make the distinction between person-oriented and task-oriented behavior, we can pose the question whether they're really two distinct types of behavior. Because when you listen really well as an interviewer, you're person-oriented, but at the same time, you're task-oriented. When your summary is great, at the same time, you are person-oriented and task-oriented. Because you show that you feel in. You show that you are listening. Or, as Bradley puts it, in ethnographic interviewing, it involves two distinct but complementary processes: developing rapport and eliciting information. Rapport encourages informants to talk about their culture, whereas eliciting information fosters the development of rapport. And that's what's going on. So it's not just talking about the weather, it's not just about feeling in, it's also about the techniques. And in the next lecture, I will show you something about that.